Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Sunset Peony, and this is really fun, really fun. Today we have a chance to paint this two butterfly, and we are showcasing these two brushes that I purchased myself, but Patty, who is one of my channel friends, she decided to Venmo me some money just to support the channel, and so I will dedicate this review to her. Okay, and I also put my Venmo account number in the description, so you guys can, if you like to, you can support me in any amount you want. What I call is like buy me a lemonade. Anyway, and so that I would be able to buy some more supply that you guys had asked me, and for some review. Okay, and this is an answer to another one of my subscriber, and she didn't want to go get this zero from Oriental as a price, so I ordered this, and ordered this. I'm thinking that the size is the same, right? But when it comes, my heart just sink because, oh, it's not the same. But I decided to, you know what, give it a try. And so I try it out. I try in a lot of painting, actually. I make little card, I'll show you in a second, so that I can give it away to people who is having a hard time and such. And so this has gone through a lot, and it's really holding up. And you'll see, okay, in this painting, I will work with these two brushes, and also the color, which is very simple layout of the color. I just use my Happy Dot, which the link is also in the description, I think. If it is not, then go to my blog, sunsetpeony.com, and look for a product list, and the link should be there. But anyway, yeah, so what I did is I told you my granddaughter is here, and so when I can practice, I practice little thing at my kitchen table or whatever, and so that I can, sometimes I use it as bookmark, sometimes I give it out for people that have time, just write, have a very good day, I hope you have a very good day, something like that. And now what this is I am trying to imitate book pages, old ancient vintage book, and I always I go through so many books in the library, and so I also have draw a line on the outside, but okay, so I did this two butterfly first, right? You can just stop when these two butterfly are done, but I just wanted to do it that way, so when you frame it, it's like kind of, really pretty that they come out of a book page or whatever, and so I did that, and I show you how I use burnt umber, I think burnt umber color, to kind of darken that area, but you don't have to do this at all. If you don't really like that, you can just do the two butterfly, and that will be fun. Now this one is in preparation. Okay, while I'm talking to you, I actually have made a flick on the over here, which make it more sepia. Okay, I just picked that up and just kind of clean it up. You can do that with most color, except purple. Purple will be kind of hard if you if the color run a little bit, you will have a hard time. But okay, so this is what we did. And let's see that. Oh yes, and I also wanted to just barely explain this a little bit. This is the original drawing. I of course use boxes and make sure that things are balanced. Okay, this is just a template for you, so that you can find it at my sunsetpeony.com. This drawing will be in this blog post, and you scroll down to the very bottom, okay, and you will find this drawing there. And so of course the sizes are different. You can adjust the size when you're copying it. And if you need a light box also, when you printed those things out, I also have a link to two light box. One of them is a children one. I always like children stuff because I think they work well. I don't know, let me know if you like children stuff, but I have two links there, so you guys can get your light box to help you, because from what I understand for myself, you want the butterfly to be balanced, and so it will be it'll be easier for you to just kind of follow and draw it. And I will show you how to you can expand the wings, like I expanded that wings a little bit further, and this different, right? And so it's all in this video. It is gonna be fun. And so all the color that I use will be on my blog post. I'll go to my sunsetpeony.com and find that, and the line drawing is also there, okay? And some of the link will be on YouTube here, and some of the link will be there, because you know, most of the color that I use are standard, like Daniel Smith or M. Graham or whatever I use. And this is my plate. You know, I squeeze it on here and I use this plate forever. Because, you know, the way I don't mix color on the plate. I just pull color out and then I let them mix on the brush. And today we use quinacridone burnt orange for this area, and I also do the same thing. I don't really mix things. Now you can see there's some color, of course, because sometimes when I splash color, then I need to get an area of a substantial amount of paint or diluted paint to splash, but not the way I wanted this to turn out, so I didn't splash on this one. And let's see, I think that's it, and I hope that you guys have a very, very good day, and have the chance really to take some time to paint along with me. The next one that we're gonna do will be I think will be a butterfly that go this way with leaves and rocks and area in the back, and then a butterfly, maybe a half, like not a half butterfly, a butterfly that's on this side and with a different pose instead of straight at you. Okay, I hope I explained that well. But anyway, that is what we're looking forward to have that coming after you guys have sufficient time, maybe 7-10 days to, you know, try this one out. And please subscribe to me. And if you really like to support me, there's that Venmo account that I talk about, right? I'm just gonna put my account, you know, you put whatever. It's not a Venmo for requests, because sometimes I really have a hard time doing requests. You know, I go by inspiration and I have an artist temperament. And so I go when I felt like, yeah, I'm gonna just do this, right? And so I hope you guys understand that. And so it's just a support or a thank you for working hard in this channel. So if you like to donate to it, then if I, you know, have something, I might mention your name, that, oh, today I'm going to use who so-and-so's donation to review this brush or this paper or this palette. You know, we're just gonna have fun here, okay? And you don't have to do that, just if you want to. Anyway, but everything will be, you know, here and you know, with at sunsetpeony.com, right? And everything, most of the information will be there, but I do have some link down here that you'll be easier to find this and to find this. And I explain about the people that sell this, right? They're from China, and I think the artist, whoever did this is a great job. Okay, and like I said, I'm not sponsored by the company. I am, you know, we use, you know, whatever donation you use to, so that we're not affected by people. And I don't like to put links of other than my own link, because I'm afraid that, you know, it's just cybersecurity. My son is a cybersecurity guy, my son-in-law, so I'm very, very careful to not make you guys click on any link, so that I don't really take sponsor. At least I haven't yet. Except Oriental Art Supply, I know them. I visited the shop and they told me, oh, do you want to, you know, put a link on there for people, and you know, so I did. But anyway, a lot of fun things to come, okay? And please subscribe and say hi to me. If you have any questions, sometime I can answer it, sometime I might not know the answer, but you know, ask me over here, because I look at the YouTube question the most. I love you guys and thank you for your support here, and I will just stop talking and we'll get the video going, okay? Hello everyone, let's get started. Okay, we're gonna use this brush, the Happy Dot. The link is in the description. And these two brush that a viewer was asking me if I could find something that can substitute for this zero brush. You might think that you couldn't, because, well, that's what I thought. When I first got this, I was very sad, because I can see that this area had a lot of brush area, the barrel over here. And so it will not work, but then I didn't give up and I tried a few times, and finally, I tried a few times because I don't usually, now I'm erasing this, and I will talk about the trying the brush before I tell you about this butterfly drawing, okay? So I try a few times. I try these little cards that sometimes I give that out to people like on the street that's having a hard time, And if I see that, I will make a note and hope you have a very good day. And sometimes I give the original, sometimes I make copies. That's just the way I kind of spread some happiness to people. Surprise, you know, like when they're having a hard time with children or whatever. And so because I don't want to recommend any brush until I have time to really try it for a while. And so I tried that for a while before today I will make this painting with you, and then we'll use that intensely, because some brush, they're very good in the beginning, and after you use it a couple of times, then they lose its charm or they kind of break, like this one that I got from either Jackson or Dick Art Supply, or Dick Blick Art Supply, right? And it just now I use that to do scratchy stuff because it used to be pointed. So I really wanted to try it. And these are normal animal hair. I think this is wolf and this is sheep. They use goat and sheep a lot because they can just kind of shave it. And you know, in China they probably had a lot of wolf, you know, killing people and such. So I don't think that they had problem with finding wolf. Okay, now the drawing that I'm going to give you is generic 2 butterfly drawing. Okay, line drawing that you can find just on my blog post. Let's scroll down to the end. Now the reason why I give you a generic is because this is what I wanted you to do. Okay, when you are following my image or you find an image that you like, you can actually go in there and use my generic drawing and just kind of change it off a little bit. Now, just like what I'm doing, okay? My generic drawing might be a little bit angular over here, and so I'm going to smooth that out. Okay, you can lengthen the wings a little bit, shorten it a little bit, you know, whichever way you want it to, according to the image or whatever, if you know your mind tell you to do, your fancy, you know. And so that's my contribution. Now those drawings are free, you know. You can just use that, and then what you do is you use the tracing. I have given you guys a link of a light box on my blog product list, and you can just go there and find it on Amazon. There are some light box that I think that is very good. Okay, so I want this little antenna thing to be like right there, okay, and then 2 little eye right there, and we'll do it as we draw. Now we're gonna have a little butterfly up here that is a little bit more of a simpler, and then we're going into just a tad more complicated. Not really complicated, because you know, that's why I put a lot of thought and such into designing these things, that so it will be easy to follow. Okay, now I have now that I have the base, I'm going to start doing the line drawing. Okay, now before I go on with the brush, I want to use my pencil, and I also have a link to this pencil because these are 0.3, so they make a very, very fine line that our brush can actually cover it. Okay, and this is actually for me, so that when I'm drawing, when I'm painting and doing my paint along with you, I don't have to think too much. If I'm not talking, you know, like explaining, sometimes it's just talking. As you know, I like to chat a lot. I regard you guys as my friends, so I chat with you a lot while I'm painting. But I also wanted that so I don't have to get confused while I am talking and painting and explaining and all the good stuff. Okay, so before we go into let's go take the color first. Okay, so today we're gonna, since this is a very simple, the first butterfly, we're gonna use the cadmium yellow light. Okay, right there we use our happy dot brush and pick up a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna just simply lay down some color, okay, on the wings. And then we're gonna do this part too, so we're not going to be very complicated, right? We don't really have to worry about the form because the butterfly is kind of thin. And these are a specimen. Well, at least what I'm trying to do is imitating old books, images of specimens. So I have a line right there, a box that I draw. If you can see the line, I think you can see the line, right? And if we have time, we'll go all the way to the end to, you know, use you know, maybe a burnt umber color. Okay, pick up a little bit more and do the side of the wings. Okay, so you can see that it's very, very thin. just a little yellow butterfly that is come visit us, our yard, and our flower in the springtime. And you also know that I am not trying to be, you know, to be someone that are trying to illustrate for botanical artists, right? I'm just going to simply just have fun and do two beautiful butterfly with you guys this time, okay? So that's our objective. Okay, there you go, and that's it. That's the color that I'm gonna use. At least that's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's see how it goes as we go. Okay, and well, we go back to here, and what I wanted to do is use a perlene green. Okay, use our perlene green, which is a neutral kind of green, maybe with a little bit of dark color in there, and do the middle part. Okay, the body of the butterfly, because I think that will be kind of nice to have that there while we're painting. Now Utah is like super hot right now. Now I'm going to use this really fine line brush, okay, and then go and pick up some sepia ink, okay. And what I'm going to do is just simply use the very tip and do the eye area. Do the eye area right there, okay. And then what I'm going to do is put these two, I don't really know what these are called, antenna, you know, okay, so I'm going to use the tip and just go one stroke and one stroke down here, okay. Now that, you know, if you shake, that's okay, it's okay, don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be, you know, perfectly strict. You can connect the dot too, okay. Don't judge yourself too harshly on that, okay? It will turn out pretty. Anyway, so this is a sepia ink, and I'm going to make this side a little bit thicker, okay? You see that I'm putting a few strokes with the tip of this brush, okay? And make it a little bit thicker. So, because this is the only part of the butterfly that need to have a little bit of a form, like an oval egg shape, okay? And soften that line a little bit, okay, with a clean brush. Okay, and then we're gonna just pick up a little bit more sepia ink. Since that I'm really using the tip, it is a little hard to have a lot of pigment on the brush, so we might have to clean the brush a few more times, but that's okay, because if you can get it from Amazon, and I think the lady that had a hard time is because Oriental Art Supply charges, I think, about $10. And if you guys like that and don't have problem with that, you go ahead and get the zero brush too, and that will work really well, okay? Or for those of you, and I'm going to outline the outside in a very you know, sharp line. So I need to dip the brush a little bit more time, because just like I explained just now, right? Because it's such a fine line in the tip, we have to work with it. Because if it can hold a lot of pigment, then sometimes it will make the line very thicker than what we want, and that's not what we want. We want it to be fine. So compensating that is to dip the, you know, and try to pick up more pigment more frequently, okay? And now this is this loopy thing. There's a loop in all the butterfly, and we're gonna try to do that, okay? And if you want the line to be very fine, then don't push down too hard. It is a practice, you know, sort of thing. Like we have to practice quite a few times before we can actually, you know, so I'm still working with it, right? But I do want it to, I do want to make the video so that, you know, we can all enjoy, you know, doing another video with me. And so, you know, so I'm still learning about this brush and learning how to pick up more pigment that I need, and so that one day it will be more perfect. But as of now, it's not perfectly perfect, but we're happy. Okay, we're happy. And sometimes it all depends on how dry your sepia ink is. Like as I'm looking at it, my sepia ink is actually really dry, so I have to wet it a couple more times, which is fine too. We work with watercolor is very unpredictable. We work with things, we work with the color, we work with the environment, the harshness, or how dry the weather outside really is, and all those things come into play. And so it become very unpredictable, and we have to work with it. Or sometimes I just say, hey, I accept it. Okay, that's this kind of like a fork going this way, the same as the other side. Okay, and so we had to make sure that one, but since I say I'm not an artist that's trying to correctly illustrate a butterfly, we're just trying to make a pretty butterfly, so we don't need to be too hard on ourselves, okay, and say that we need to be perfect, because you can see that the line is not always perfect, right? Neither is the zero brush, but I'm grateful that we actually have artists now. So you can see that there's a little split, okay, on the top of the brush. That doesn't bother me. I'll just turn it to the side, okay? Turn it to the side a bit, and work with it that way. Of course, you can take your napkin and just, trying to make it as sharp as you can. If I weren't making a video, that probably will be something that I might do. All right, now we're gonna do the two dots and one right here. Let's put it in this part right here. A while ago when I, sometime I read about things, and I heard that butterfly had those dots there because they wanted to make themselves more scarier, not make themselves more scarier. I guess when God designed them, then it helped them that it scared like maybe the cicada who's behind them trying to eat them, that they actually, these are their eyes. It's not actually their eyes, but to the predator, it kind of make them scare a little bit so they don't harass the butterfly. If I'm wrong, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? It's just I like to read different things at different times a lot. I read National Geographic things a lot too, just because the world is fascinating to me, right? And if I go to the library and find a book, I will try to, okay, so this is nothing but sepia ink, and we do this odd shape, okay? Just try to follow that as best that you can. Just make sure that they are somewhat balanced on each side. Oh, isn't that fun? It's getting to be kind of fun. I have to stand up to watch the time because the camera is it's not facing me correctly, so I don't really know. I can't just like see it right away, the time, and I'm always like keeping time. Okay, this loopy thing. Okay, so we do that one side, and then we have to pick up the sepia. I think the sepia paint is the problem. I don't think it's this brush. It's just my sepia paint is a little thick today, and so it's giving me a hard time trying to pick up enough of the pigment to make this a little bit more smooth, so sorry that it's not as smooth as I want it to. Okay, so not too thick, just kind of faint line, okay, right here. Kind of faint line. And these kind of things are really fun to give it away as card, or actually to use it, to use it yourself, like I showed you just a minute ago, right? I've been practicing this brush, and so since my granddaughter is sleeping in here, I usually just I just have the paintbrush and do it on my kitchen table, so I just kind of wanted to do a smaller one, just for practicing and trying out this brush and see how good it is. And And so what I'm saying is, you know, you guys can either use it and put it in a frame, and that will be very fun, or just you know, give it away to family or friends or people that you know are having a hard time. You know, they always like that. I send this I do a lot of little painting as I was practicing when my daughter was gone on her mission, and I sent it to her to Malaysia when she was a missionary. See, it's like totally split open, but that doesn't bother me. I can use just the very, very tip part, and that make me happy. Okay, and so yeah, those are not factors that you can, you know, as like you say, I pay for this myself, and I do not you know, I do not have commission, because I'm very, very strict with you know, people that try to say, oh, can I have you do a product? Okay, now at this point, I need to explain a little bit before I finish my thought. Okay, we can well, actually we can use a clean brush, okay, and come in here and kind of slightly scrub it so it's not that perfect. Okay, the line is not so sharp that it's so perfect. Okay, we kind of slightly scrub it, and that make it more beautiful and realistic, I think. Yeah, so I sent this when my daughter was on her mission, so that she can give it to people that she is teaching about the gospel of Jesus Christ. And well, from what I understand, it never made it to the people that she teach, because her mission companion, we have companion, which is like our mission president, you know, so we're just like with a clean brush, okay, just trying to make this so it's not so sharp. That's it, okay? The line and such are not so sharp. Because with sepia, even though it's sedimental, you can do this. Even after this part is kind of dry, you can still come in here and just kind of make some mayhem. Like kind of, you know, soften the line, so to speak, so they're not so sharp. But isn't that cute? Isn't that fun? Okay, now let's go back to that perlene green. Okay, because I really want a little bit green color to be showing, so we just put that a little bit there. Okay, so our first butterfly is done. Okay, let's head on to the second one. Let's see, we have used 31 minutes, okay? Okay, now this is the same thing, okay, on the second one, but the second one we're going to make it just a little bit more, not that much, okay, just a little bit. Now you know, the reason why I'm showing it, my drawing, is because I really wanted you to, you know, see if you can, if you wanted to, if you find another couple of butterfly that you like, or just one, then you can just use this as a template, okay? And erase the part that doesn't, oh, this is too fat. The middle part is too fat, the one that I draw, I can see that, okay? And rounded this up a little bit, okay? And then we're gonna come out this way, and I think we want to extend the butterfly wing for this second one just a little bit, okay? Over here, and then have it come down this way, and extend that out just a little bit. And then we have to, of course, we have to balance this side. Yeah, I was telling you, and so some of her companion, the mission president assigned, they go 2 by 2, right, as a missionary to protect themselves. And they usually just take the little card that I gave her to give to people that she teach, so it never make it to the people she teach. Usually, okay, does that look balanced to you? Okay, as balanced as I can, you know, I can see. But I like that pretty, that little dip down a little bit. That's the other side is a little prettier, so I'm going to make sure I fix that, okay? And then over here, it come out this way is fine, but we're going to do a little bit of a little bit of, okay, I'm just going to draw it like around, and then when we use the brush, we'll loop it a little bit, okay? And you see what I'm talking about. Just loop it a little bit. I don't want it to be very complicated, but, you know, as you, after you paint along with this and you're comfortable, you can actually do things that are a little more complicated if you wanted to, okay? And now, the reason why we wanted to do the color first before we use the sepia lining is because the sepia if you just line it and, you know, draw it with the sepia paints quickly in the beginning, then then the problem is when you put color, it might just smear it. Okay, this loopy thing that I always call it the loopy thing, because I don't really know how to call those things. And there's a loopy thing over here. Okay, and a loopy thing over here. And this is to just make sure that I don't get too flustered when I'm painting. Okay, I think that shape is actually pretty good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to darken the angle over here. Okay, and then I'm going to maybe do some, okay, this side needs to come out a little bit more. So isn't that good for us that we can do that, and then we can decide for ourselves what we want it to do. So yeah, this butterfly is going to be kind of like a template for you, okay? And then what I'm going to do is quinacridone burnt orange on the end here, and maybe a little bit over here, and then use a cadmium yellow medium or yellow light, we'll see, okay? Now, I have my quinacridone burnt orange over here. And so that's it. I've shown you this guy, this palette of mine, right? I always have a little bit of red because I like the quinacridone burnt orange. So I'm using my Happy Dot, okay? This is how I pick up the color. Relatively wet brush, okay? And then I dip it in the red just a little bit and let the color mix. Sorry, on this, okay, so let's start it right here, okay? So I really, really like that color, you know. You guys can use also cadmium, a very bright orangey yellow, and mix it with cadmium red. You can also do that, okay? Because this is what we are, if you don't have the quinacridone color that I'm talking about. Okay? Now, as I have done that, okay, let's give that a little bit. I'm going to have a very dryish, clean, but very clean brush, okay? I'm going to push that color out, just soften that edge. Okay, just push that out, but it doesn't really matter where it goes, you know, how far it goes in. Okay, just kind of soften it, okay, and let it go just like that. Okay, I'm pretty happy, but you need to kind of watch it. Okay, same thing. Okay, I'm doing that on the other side. Quinacridone burn orange and put a little bit of red pigment and let it mix on the brush. Okay. So since you guys been painting with me for a while now, if you have started in the beginning, you know, a couple of years, so you know that all the color that I suggest really for you guys are things that I think that will go very good together. Okay, so it's up to you. You can, you know, try to do that, or you can, you know, at home and experiment more yourself, and that will be happy time too. Okay, and so don't have to do everything as, you know, what I suggested, but some of the color that I suggest is things that through the years I find that it works. So it's kind of like a gift from me to you. Okay, now talking about gift. Okay, so I'm the brushes, because there's a lady, her name is Patty, and she had kind of actually donated some money to me to help me with my supply and with this channel. And I was wondering if you guys would like to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my Venmo account in the description down below, okay? And if you sponsor me and help, then this is like, you know, since I pay for it myself, then Patty actually has sponsored. I would just say that, okay? Patty actually sponsored it. And so we will just thank her for that. And more quinacridone burnt orange, okay? And this whole time I then put a little red in, and I'm going to go from here out, you know, from the middle out, one side at a time, so we don't get flustered, okay? One side at a time, okay? And so if you wanted to do so, then I would be very grateful, and I will mention you when I you know, use some money or whoever, you know, that had Venmo me, and then then we will get to, then I don't have to use my husband's money. I guess that's what I've been using well, my husband is mine too, you know, I should say that, but to buy supplies, you know, and usually I just don't buy supply, okay? A clean brush, I'm picking up more for the other side. Quinnego don't burn orange, okay? And then you guys will be my sponsor. I'm gonna call it Buy Me a Lemonade, okay? And that will be kind of fun. You know that you don't have to, but if you would like to, if you like my stuff and wanted to have more fun and things like that with me here, then you can, you know, you just donate whatever you want, and then I will use it to get supply, I think, you know, and, you know, to support any of the material that I needed for this, get this channel going, okay? And so that is my plan. Okay, so I think that that's very pretty, but meanwhile we need to give it a chance to dry. I don't know, since I have my swamp cooler out, I really felt like, okay, I'm using, oh, no, let's do this other brush, because the brush set come in two, okay? I think this one is the goat or sheep, one of those hair, animal hair, and so it also comes to a very, very fine tip. Yeah, and so, of course, you know, I don't like to do Patreon because, you know, I don't want to set up that kind of account and get you guys to donate to me every month, you know, just you know, one time, or in the future, if you say, hey, I have some, you know, extra few dollar, I'm gonna give it to Kathy, you know, for her channel, then you can do that. And that's what I wanted to. I don't want to be something that will get into your account, and, you know, so Venmo is just one time, and then maybe I'll remind you guys if you know, a few months down the road, or a year, or whatever, or never, you know, that would be fine too. I'm gonna pick up some burnt umber, okay? Burnt umber, and do the form over here. I have one darker on one side, and then pull out the color, or what I call soften it, okay? And leave a little bit of highlight right there, so that the form of it look like a real butterfly, okay? And soften the sepia ink, because the sepia ink seems kind of sharp for me. So the bottom layer, I used just the burnt umber. How's that? Just the burnt umber. You know, since the brush is such a, you know, fine brush, right? Like I say, it's very, very hard to pick up a lot of pigment. But that's what we have to put up with, you know. And so I'm gonna darken the burnt umber. So I don't think that this side is dark enough. So I put more pigment on there, and maybe put a little bit of the sepia over here, okay? Just to darken that. So this won't be so stark black compared to that side. Now, I know that this is dry because still it's Utah, but my swamp cooler actually make things a little bit wetter. I'm going to go into the, and I'm going to use the cadmium yellow, and that's how I pick up my color, you know, really just like that. Cadmium yellow deep, no, medium. The other one is light, okay? And then I'm going to just lay in the color here. And just like what I said earlier, right? These are my experience, and I know that these two colors go very good together. So I can just be happy. I don't have to. And then I share that knowledge with you so that you can, you know, you don't have to, you know, play with or buy a lot of color to find what you really like. You know, these combinations are winning. Winning means they actually like each other and they don't mud up each other. Okay, and that is something that you can also try at home if you have extra time or wanted to try out different color. You can also do that yourself, and that will be really fun because that will be practice. And any time that you can put into playing with color is very good and very fun. It helps you to, you know. Now we don't even need to, because the butterfly skin is flat, so we don't need to worry about the form, just the shape, okay? And so just let the color mingle a little bit over there for a while. Okay, and meanwhile I'll pick up this brush and pick up the sepia color, okay, and hope that I can do that like the other one, just one stroke up here. Okay, that's not bad. And this side, okay, that's not bad either. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. You know, that those kind of things are kind of hard, you know, because you know your hand tend to shake, right? And we're not certain about if we're doing it right. But I think it will be fine. And if you worry, then just, you know, you can feather it too, okay? Don't really worry about it too much. Okay, the sepia, I'm going to lightly come and line up the segment of the body part of the butterfly, okay? And then I'm softening it in, so it won't be such stark line, okay? And now is we're going to go through the time of putting this brush to their use, okay? And so we're gonna do this, the same thing, okay? And now we have the color all set in there, and so we just kind of gently line it, okay? This part should be a little bit more relaxed and not as nervous, okay? Don't worry about being too nervous. Now, if I'm not teaching, of course, you know, it will be, my hand probably won't shake as much. But I like it. I try to do my best, right? And, you know, and I trust that you know that if I have all the time that I need, you know, all the lines will be a little stricter and everything, you know. But still, I think that the price that I pay to, okay, now, let me come down. And so what we're gonna do is push down and lift up, push down and lift up, push down and lift up. Oh, it's so fun to do a brush because this kind of stroke just make things fun, makes things fun, okay? And then over here we'll just close it that way, okay? I'll do it one more time on the other side, because these are more like the Chinese calligraphy kind of practice, okay? Push down, lift up, push down, lift up, push down, lift up. Okay, let's push over here, push down, lift up. Okay, push and lift, and it will give you this wiggly thing that a butterfly has, and it's really fun. And now we're gonna add a little stripe over here to even accentuate it more, okay? And I'm very, very happy with the brush, to be honest with you. And so if you don't want to pay the thing, you can use my link and go get these two brushes, but realize that it's going to take them like forever to get to you, because I thought they took, what, 3 weeks to get to me, and I thought they... Okay, this is, you know, my joke. Sometimes I just, you know, I don't know really what happened, but I think I always like joke about like they are just gonna, when I place my order, they will start making it, and then they will walk from China all the way to my house here in America, you know, because I don't really know why it take them so long. And so I just kind of make fun of myself and make fun of, you know, whatever the situation is, so that it will become funny instead of nervous or stressful, right? And so it will take 3 weeks, about 3 weeks for them to get to you, just so you know that. And you know, so don't worry about it. Oh no, it's not coming. I think they're very reputable, and they did good work. I have to say that whoever the artist is that do these brushes did good work. Okay, so I'm like thinking, are those balanced? Do they look like they're balanced? Okay, I hope they are. All right. Okay, am I happy? Maybe I sharpened that one a little bit. Okay, I'm happy. All right, and then we will do the middle part, okay? And while we were just filling out lines and things, I just wanted you to know that the next one, the loopy thing, we're going to do that loopy thing again. The next one that we're going to do, now this one, like I say earlier, we're gonna trying to imitate, you know, a specimen, right, in the old book, you know, and then we're going to do that, either make card or make a painting out of it. But the next one, we're gonna also imitate the ancient ancient master and do one butterfly, maybe twist it, like if this is the butterfly, like twist it this way, and then have a bunch of leaves or grass or vegetation on the bottom. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do next. And so this one we can just kind of follow that too. We're just gonna lightly put the loopy thing here, lightly. But don't worry though, we're gonna come in and mess it up too, so that the lines are not so sharp, okay? And so that is our next painting after this one, and that one will be also fun. I think I hope that you think all of these are fun, and that you really have fun painting along with me. Yeah, this one take a little bit longer to come out because, you know, like I explained earlier, you know, my granddaughter is here, and I like to help out my daughter by taking care of her, getting to know her. It's very important getting to know her. You know, she's really cute. And so I have fun getting to know her. And I don't want to, you know, lose the time of doing so, of my time of getting to know my granddaughter. And her name is Violet, and she's just really cute. And so, and she's leaving next week. Like right now she's in Bear Lake here in Utah with her father's family. And I'm happy for them. They're up there. And okay, let's do that little eye right here, okay? So let's pick up some more pigment, intensify it a little bit. Okay, right there. So that looked like an eye. Let's make it not so regular, okay? Isn't that pretty? Isn't that fun? Are you guys having fun? I am. Okay, and then we are going to do a little bit of line over here, okay? Not very dark, just lightly. Because, you know, seriously, when we see a butterfly, especially those that are in the book, they are usually kind of trash. You know, they've been there for a long time. And so you don't need to really worry about, you know, making too much. Maybe we'll make some dot over here, okay? Just to make it a little bit prettier. Let's do this line a second time, okay? Maybe push and lift, 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 push and lift. Okay, I think that looks pretty, doesn't it? Because this is really our design together while I'm doing this, because it is very fun to be able to do so and do something that make it pretty but not exactly what nature is. Because okay, so I went down to the BYU, we call it the Bean Museum. Okay, so what that is like a nature museum. It has a lot of stuffed animal that have died, you know, or you know, for one reason or another they're not there anymore. And so I wanted to put some dot over here to make it a little bit busier than up here, to compensate for the business of down there. Okay. And well, when I went to the Bean Museum, actually when my granddaughter you know, was here before she go up to Bear Lake, it was nice, but as always they closed the butterfly part, and I was just when I really needed to see it. Okay, now I'm going to go in and fussy this up so it's not so sharp, the line, okay? And I say, why do you guys always do this? You know, when I need you, then you're not there, you know. So anyway, so I didn't get to see the butterfly display. I was like saying, okay, I'll go look in the butterfly display and decide what colorway that I wanted to do. Nope, they have closed it. They have a big boarded that area up, and you know, I can look at it, you know, because of course I'm gonna peek and see what the heck is going on. You know, I really, you know, sometimes I fight museums and library, right? I'm chronically nervous that they're going to sell their books and throw them out, you know, because I want all of the books to be in the library for people to be able to access to, right? So now what we're doing is just use a clean brush and fussying things up, okay? So that they're not so perfect. The line are not so sharp, not so perfect, not so sharp. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And we're just gonna do that, okay? And ooh, need to be a little bit very, very dry, okay? When we're doing that, so it won't make a big mess. Okay, I didn't make a big mess, did I? Okay, let's take some of that green color, the Perlin green, and give the middle part a little bit of color, okay? To mix it up so it become pretty. Now, you can just stop here. Let's see how much time I have used. 22. Wait, what was the other one? Did I use 31? Oh my gosh, I hope that the other recorded, or else I will really cry. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do this line right here. And I'm going to use probably let's use the burnt umber color, you know, with a little bit black, okay? Now this line that I have drawn right here, okay? I'm not trying to make it super, super strict, okay? And then you can see that line, right? It's very glaring, so I'm gonna soften it a big bunch. Soften that a big bunch, okay? Pull the color towards the middle so it looks like an old book page, if that makes sense. Look like an old book page. Okay. You know, and then do that on the fore side. And then that will be very good, you know, because when you put it in a brown frame or gold frame, then it will look like it really is like antique. It has an antique nature to that, okay? And then after I did that, then I will call it done. And then what I might do is I might put like plate number 31 or whatever on top just to have fun with it, okay? Like see, you know, you can see that it's kind of like an antique, right? The book page is like becoming brown. Actually, it can take a lot more brown, but I'm going to let that keep nice and crisp, the color of the butterfly for you guys, okay? So that I know that you guys really like vibrant color, I can tell. And so, but I am one who like antique color and old stuff more. And so that is the difference, but that is okay. Yeah, so I didn't get to see. But last time I did a butterfly, I don't remember how long ago, I actually went there, I was able to, okay, I'm gonna rotate this. And and make sure I'm in frame, okay? And do the rest of this for you guys. So that is kind of like the background. Okay, and I can actually pull a little bit more brown color down here. And then make sure that it's very muted, you know, and mix into the page, okay? Mix into the page, okay? You can see that, right? And so that become, you know, kind of like the antique. It actually bring out the vibrant color of the two butterfly. I'm so glad that you guys come and join me with this one, and you are such good people to me. I really appreciate your support. And I don't know how this Venmo thing with my account will end up, you know, but I just not going to worry about it, and just let you guys decide if there's something that you would like to do, you know, then I would be able to get some support, you know, not a little, you know, not too much, and be able to be happy and continue to, you know, my journey, being able to be here and try out some product. But as of today, I really recommend those two brushes, two fine line brushes. They are very, very good. As you can see, right, the line is very crisp. You know, of course, we need a steady finger or steady, fingers to do that, but that's okay. You know, it's up to you. But the color, the brush 0 is also very, very good. Okay, and I'm just gonna stop here, and then I will just use a micron. I think I'll just use a micron, and I will lightly plate something over here, okay? You see that in the intro. Plate number 31 or something like that. Okay, or page 31. Actually, yeah, plate number something and page something like that, okay? Thank you very much, and you will have a very good day. I'll see you in the next painting, okay?